Broadcasting from Hollywood, it's the official On Air with Brandon J podcast. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Brandon. Welcome to On Air with Brandon J. I'm joined by special guest, Mega Producer, Mr. Pressplayy. Pressplayy, what's up, man?
What's going on with your family?
Man, I'm good. It's great to have you on the show. Tell me, you got a lot of exciting stuff, and I heard that you're working with E40 and Jadakiss and Tiffany Haddish, and I've actually had the honor of interviewing Jadakiss and E40. I was at E40's album release party, Return to the Soil. Let's see. I was at Jadakiss's back when MySpace was hot. I was at his album release party with Adidas in MySpace. So man, it's a small world. So it's great to have you.
That's dope.
How did you connect with these guys?
Be honest with you, it was all it was God, man.
Yeah.
My boy Baguettes hit me up. He was doing a lot of A&R for the project. And he had the idea, he came with the idea for Tiffany already. So we had already had Tiffany, clearly, it was her record. And then the song, it sounded like an anthem. So it had a New York feel. And, we brought Jadakiss on it. And then it was supposed to be Remy Ma and Kevin Hart. And it just kept going through the layers and layers, and the end result was Jadakiss and E40. So.
That's crazy. And when I think about New York, it doesn't get any more New York than Jadakiss. So I think that was a good move, man.
What's dope is that this is the first record that they've been on together as long as they've both been in the game. So.
And I didn't even know Tiffany Haddish was working in different scenarios with like E40 and to see her, it's kind of unique.
Nobody did. They still soaking up her acting, and they're still soaking up her movies and all of her comedies, and she won a Grammy off a comedy album. So she's definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a Grammy from a comedy album, you got some serious talent right there.
Yeah, and then the people, the people she's aligned with, that's embracing her music is. Some real heavy hitters, you know what I mean? So right. It ain't like she's out there just walking, you know what I mean, walking the walk. She's talking the talk as well. So now you can
absolutely
expect some quality music from
So let's take it back to how you started as a producer, right? Because a lot of people don't necessarily know your backstory, Pressplayy. How did you start and become the producer that you are today?
I was influenced by, the greats, Dr. Dre. I was always just influenced by like producers as in a whole, you know what I mean? But, I started rapping, of course, I was rapping, I was making beats for myself, I couldn't get beats from other producers and stuff like that. And it just kept with me. It just stayed with me. So as I progressed, in my rapping and stuff like that, the production just kept growing. And I was, fortunate to just be around dope circles, like the Death Row camps and the Aftermath camps. And, I was always just around just dope producers, growing up. And so, by the time I really hit, I did the World Cup record. I was always, like I said, I had records. I was ghost producing for a while, just in the background, you know what I mean? I was attached to just some good music and stuff like that. But when I finally broke out, when I did the World Cup record for the country of Mexico with Patty Catu, Sophia Reyes, and Cap G. And that just, it was just I was always already doing urban stuff. I was already doing, R&B, but that took me to it just put me in a different category as a producer.
When you say ghost producing, because a lot of people don't know what like a ghost writer and a ghost producer is, it's gotta be an amazing feeling to know when you get on as a producer and you finally get those placements and your name is out there versus you're producing all this great stuff, but you're not really getting the credit.
Oh yeah, I wasn't getting the credit for a lot of records I was attached to, but that was a part of paying my dues too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So here we are now. Pressplayy all day, you heard?
That's it, man. That's it. So what's next? So you got this thing you're working on with E40 and Jadakiss and Tiffany Haddish. What's next for you, man?
Everything, man. The sky is the limit, bro. I got another single. I mean, I'm just placements. You know, everything's placements for me, man. But then I'm still, you know, and when I say placements, it's just not albums as well. You know, I'm doing movies, I'm scoring movies, and I'm doing commercials, I'm doing TV shows, I'm doing all the above. But I mean, right now, you know, I'm focused on, you know, just the best music of my life right now. Tiffany Haddish, her new project is crazy. Got the new joint with Fetty Wap about to drop with GSO Fat. You know, my brother Little Twist, you know, we got crazy music about to come out. Shout out to Young Money, you know, Wayne, the whole camp. You know, I got a lot of projects about you know, a lot of music coming up, man. I'm attached to a lot of great.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I was looking forward to this interview because there was a question that I had that I wanted to ask you. When you're a producer, or let's say an artist, for example, right? Because you are both of those in this case, and you are trying to get your music out there, not just placements with other artists and on the radio and stuff, but we're talking about licensing sync. Like you want to hear your music in a TV show, a video game, a commercial, a movie. What is the best approach and the best advice you have for people out there, Pressplayy?
Do your homework. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of, you know, you got to know the business. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're looking to go that route, especially with the sync world, which I suggest is it's a great world to be in. I'm in it knee deep, but yeah, like now, you know, I'm fortunate to be attached to, you know, great representation and a great company, you know what I mean, that really, you know what I'm saying, locks in my situation. But before that even existed, I was just building relationships. So I would find out who the music supervisor was for here. I would find out who the music supervisor was for that show. There's a lot of companies out there now that just, you know, that are just looking for producers to just add to their database. So find out who those companies are. Find out who are, you know, who those sync. There's a lot of sync companies that just solely look for, you know, tracks, you know, and if you know your business, if you got your PRO set up and you got your writers set up, it's all gonna fall in line. You know what I mean? A lot of these companies though, they don't want to give you your publishing, you know what I mean? Because they're, you know, it's just, they're bringing you so much. But if you get with the right representation, you can get your publishing and your writers as well. So I would say just do your homework, you know what I mean? And know what you're channeling for. Because, you know, if you're looking to get into that world, like I said, it's dope. You just got to know what you're doing, you know what I mean? But once you get the hang of it, it's, you know, it's like anything else.
For those that aren't signed, and this is not and I guess this isn't really, there's a right or wrong answer to this question, but for those that aren't signed to a PRO, performing rights organizations such as BMI, ASCAP, or CSAC, is there one that you recommend over the other, or they all have their pros and cons?
I mean, it's all preference. You know, they all do the same thing. I've been with ASCAP for 20 years, so
wow,
I don't have a problem with ASCAP. You know, I've been, well, my boys are with BMI. Some of my boys are with CSAC. So it's all on your preference. You know, they all do the same thing.
The CSAC's more invite only, though, from what I've gathered. You know, BMI and ASCAP, they're a little bit more inviting.
Well, you get with CSAC, you can't be with any other writing society, and that's pretty much with anybody, though. Like even if you were ASCAP, people don't know that there's a window with ASCAP. There's a 3-month window that you can work within to get out of your agreement. But there's steps you got to go through. I personally, you know, feel like I needed to go anywhere, even though I knew the president of CSAC at the time, James Leach. Shout out to James Leach. You know, I wanted to go over to CSAC, and I still like how they move and everything, but I never had a problem with ASCAP. I still don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, shout out to James. James is a good person, man. James
is a solid
years
guy.
ago, man. Right there on Wilshire Boulevard, right there.
Yeah, Santa Monica. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So very cool. Well, man, I appreciate you giving advice to people out there, because a lot of people don't take the time to tell people, okay, this is what you should be doing, focusing on meeting music supervisors versus just submitting your song to just various projects. Because I think it becomes, there's so much noise and so much competition. You got to build that rapport and that one-on-one relationship with the people that are making these decisions.
Yeah, I mean, well, once you're in that loop, you know, it's a go-to now. You know what I mean? So it's different from, you know, just getting your music in a what they call just a database situation. And, you know, they're just randomly picking tracks, and, you know, you might get a call, just, you know, your joints got placed, compared to you getting calls of specific work that you know needs to go somewhere, and you know who's attached to it, and this is who's really involved. It's not like, you know, for instance, they're working on Nipsey Hussle's documentary right now. There's no way that you could pull the music for that documentary from a database. I don't care if it's Netflix or who's ever, you know, who's putting it out, which is, I believe, Netflix. But there's no way you could pull the music to represent that documentary from a sync database when it's too organic. You got to bring in those guys, you know, like the Mars and the Rances and the 1500 and nothing. The people that were really attached to that sound, you got to still create that sound for that specific, you know, project, so it still keep that feel, compared to just going to, you know, like I said, a database with a million tracks, and you're just trying to figure out what works for that scene or for that trend. No, it don't work like that.
Yeah, that authenticity, man. You got to have that authenticity when it comes to the projects like that, because you can't, oh, I think Nipsey sounded like this, or the music sounded like this. You got to have that real organic material.
You know, they will try you too, my dude. They will definitely try you, because they're trying to just cut corners at all costs. You know, they got a budget. They got a big budget to play with. You know, TV budgets and movie budgets are totally different from album budgets. Entirely different. You know what I mean? So they still got a budget to work with. So you just got to know. You just got to know what you're going in for. You know what I mean? And then, you know, when you got that relationship, that pretty much cuts all that out. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to my boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jason Beats. He's over there. He's over music supervisor over at P Valley. There's a few people I've worked with. I mean, like, it's just dope to have those relationships. You know what I mean? So.
You sound like you're somebody that's good to know if you're trying to get placements. Press play. We just go press play and watch the placement happen.
That's what I do. Placement play.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, if anybody wants to follow you, Press Play on all social media, where can they go?
Everything's Press Play, man. I am a Press Play. That's on my IG. My IG's I'm a Press Play. I am a Press Play. Play with 2 Y's. Website coming soon. Pressplay.net. Yeah. So you just tap in, man. Hit me on the IG.
Hey, you're gonna have to make sure, Press Play, you get me the single with Tiffany Haddish, E40, and Jadakiss, man.
Yeah, no, it's dropping later this month, so you'll be the first to have it for sure. We're shooting a video next week. Yeah, we're shooting a video next week, so it's gonna be a crazy situation. Performing it
very
on Jimmy
cool.
Kimmel. Yeah,
you gonna be on Jimmy Kimmel? What date are you gonna be on Kimmel?
The day the single drops, we're performing it on Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, congrats, Press Play. Thank you so much for being a special guest. I know this was last minute. You jumping on the show. You've been super busy. I appreciate your professionalism and the support of the show, man.
It's all good. Appreciate y'all having me, family.
Yes, sir. Press Play right here on Air with Brandon J. I'm Brandon. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for
yes, sir.
now.
Let's get it.
Hi, this is Brandon, and you are tuning in to On Air with Brandon J. right here on iHeartRadio.
I've always been told that time moves fast, not slow, big and fast and bold. Tell me, where do the memories go, hiding in the chambers of our heart beats again. And so they said that good things just take time, but how long must we wait? Is love something that we can find, hiding in the chambers of our heart beats again? I know that we'll find it, just give it one more day. I know that you're strong enough to wait, strong enough to wait. I know that we'll find it, just give it one more day. I know that you're strong enough to wait. Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? They say that joy is in the day-to-day. That's where I go to love. I'm holding tight that you're strong enough to wait. Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? I know that we'll find it. Just give it one more day. I know that you're strong enough to wait. Strong enough to wait. I know that we'll find it.
Each episode, we're going to feature brand new content with purpose behind it. News from Hollywood, execs, artists, talent, entertainment news, you name it, all things Hollywood right here on Air with Brandon J. If you have not followed me on social media, make sure you follow me on all social media at I am Brandon J. And if we are not connected on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Brandon J.